I just had reached that point in my life. I had gone so far. I was so deep in all of the things, that come with deep addiction and harming others, that it was a make or break. It was a now or never kind of thing. And, that was my 5th prison number. Thanks, Kels. I appreciate you. And so I knew that I had to dig deep, and all those athletes that dig deep, all those people that really come from the darkest of places, man. I was there, and I didn't want that. I knew that I had some other purpose, and I've struggled with faith, and I've struggled with programs. So I was like, why not do programs of my own design that incorporate everybody of every faith, of every kind of recovery aspect? And so, like the first one that my touchdown one was called Life of a Hustler. So for, and then by all means, I don't mean to be talking this entire time about the stuff that I did in prison, but Life of a Hustler was about taking guys who came from the streets, who only have worked the streets, never had a part-time job, never full-time job, only know slinging dope or whatever, or maybe they did something, but they don't know how to showcase their capabilities.
They had a single mindset. They knew nothing else, right?
Yeah, I'm going back to the streets. I know the streets. The streets raised me, and I would be like, that's great, because there's things that you can take from the streets as a hustler, and you can put those on a resume. And they're like, nah, what you talking about, bro? And it's literally, you show up, you network, you problem solve. Because guess what? You're getting whatever that is that you need, whatever that fix is, and you're getting that money. Because if you don't, you're an entrepreneur. You're not making money, period. You learn different pathways because you map out your day because you don't want to get caught by the police. You can manipulate in a negative way, and you can also manipulate in a good way. So be able to transition that manipulation or those communication strategies into something positive, transition that can be powerful. And so you're good at communicating. You take these positive things and you're like, yeah, you know what? I might have worked the streets, but I tell you what, I'll be a good employee because I show up every day and I will work harder than anybody else out there. And I will problem solve through, and I will ask the appropriate questions. Anyway, you kind of get the idea. And then to kind of do the next stage of things, we would do resume building and mock interviews. And these dudes are walking out of the program like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I can actually take this physical copy of my resume and go apply somewhere based on my street experience. And at first, it was kind of like a laughing matter, but then people were getting purpose and hope in their lives within the walls. And it was so inspiring for me and humbling for me to be able to assist somebody who has gone through the ringer like I have and be able to believe they can do something different. It was so powerful. And so that was just a little snippet of the journey. And there was so much recognition that people were coming in from the outside, like motivational speakers and Michael Singletary, to meet me, interview me. But the most powerful thing through that whole journey was my self-exploration of myself, going down to my core values, addressing those fears and addressing those traumas in front of a group of men where I became vulnerable and would cry ugly cries, and just releasing that stuff, letting it off my shoulders. And forgiveness played a paramount place in my recovery because I can't hear you, Leanna. Are you muted? Okay. Because I'm a sexual assault survivor, and being able to address that in a way that I felt safe, and then also forgive the person who assaulted me when I was a child. And I'm not just talking about forgive them. I mean, forgive them and wish them peace and just let that shit go. That was the big achievement of my, you could say, enlightenment. So anyway, I don't know where all that came from. I guess it was because you were touting on me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the praise. I did do a lot. But it saved my life, and I had to do a lot because I was at that point, and I was going to die. So And at that point, everything just sort of like all the doors opening up and all the good things happened.